Mrs. Guevara's Story Corner. I'm Mrs. Guevara, and I'm so glad you're here for just a little bit of kindergarten e-learning today with me. Let's find out who's my special helper. Special helper. Let's find out.
Hi!
Who's this?
I'm Adele, and sometimes my family calls me Deli.
Great. Deli is my number 4 child in the Guevara family. We have 5 kids. And Adele, what grade are you in?
I am in 5th grade.
5th grade. Now, do you have a lot of e-learning to do when you're in 5th grade?
Yeah, there's a lot of work to do.
And do you have to mostly be on your computer, or how does it work for you?
Yeah, we are also mostly on our computers for it because that's how we get instructions from our teachers with videos like these.
Oh, that's fun.
And we have a lot of worksheets too and notebooks, but it is mainly done on the computer.
Oh, what about your friends that you brought today?
This is Piggy and Gerald. You probably know who they are.
Yes, they're some of our favorite guys. Gerald, who always talks like, "Oh, Piggy, why did you make everything so tough?" And then Piggy, "Oh, what about we try something fun today?" She's always so happy and full of good ideas and surprises, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember reading these books together when you were in kindergarten?
Yeah, when I could start reading, I loved just like reading these books. Sometimes I'd even just like look through the pictures.
Yeah, there were a lot of like speech bubbles and words that you could pretty much read.
Yeah, when I was little, it was really hard for me to read, though.
Aw, I remember it was more of a challenge, and you had to use a lot of perseverance, didn't you?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
because I wasn't as good in reading as like everyone else, and everyone else was like reading the harder books, and I was still like stuck on the small books because I don't know, I just couldn't really figure it out, and sometimes it felt like the words would like flip around, and I just couldn't read them.
Aw. So when you were maybe in kindergarten and 1st grade and even beyond, did you learn to read sometimes by taking a guess or?
Yeah, a lot of times I would guess, and sometimes, most of the time, it wouldn't end up being like the actual word.
So what ended up helping you learn to read? Did you get some extra support and tutoring a little bit?
Yeah, I had a lot of help from like tutors at the schools and stuff, and my family, and it also takes like determination and just a lot of patience with myself. Just gotta keep practicing it. And yeah.
How do you feel about reading now?
I feel very confident with reading. I can read big books.
So once you push through the hard part in those earlier years, now it comes easier for you?
Yeah.
Well, that maybe would encourage some of my kindergartners too, because there are some that are zipping along and I'm so proud of them, and some that are still getting to learn how those words come together and how to write them in their writing workshop. Speaking of that, I wanted to just, as you were talking about your e-learning, to take down to put up one of our charts over here of like what should a day today with e-learning look like. We passed out a choice board, and then I know a lot of different links from different companies are coming through of like, here are some ideas to do at home. And so I just wanted to make sure that we think about what are the big 5? What should we really trying to do? And a great way to record that is through the chart that I sent to your families. That's an alternative kind of a chart. This looks like this one. Tickles filled this one out where it's just kind of open-ended. So you can fill in what subject you did, or even if you watched my video, put that on the other column and have your mom sign. So day to day, just making sure that you're doing pretty much these big 5. Reading to someone and being read to. Try and be on your level. Write something. Try to spell your words correctly. This can be your sight words. Count and do your math. That's the yellow row. Number 4, learn something new. This is kind of social studies and science area, maybe your social emotional learning. Do something about history, the world, or connecting to people. And then the 5th one, I said do something special. And that being like do something from one of our specials, like PE or singing or make a craft or perform. I know my kids have been having fun making videos. So along those lines, I know a lot of you have been working hard, and I got some great pictures from some of my kindergartners. I want to say hi to London and to Emmett and his brothers Chase and Wyatt working really hard. Magdalene, I loved your picture. Sophie, oh my goodness, she made a volcano. She got started on her e-learning even on Monday. I also wanted to say hi to my nieces and nephews. Dean, all the way in New Jersey. I can't even believe you're watching. And Gwen and Juju aren't in school yet, but they're doing their own homeschool and watching Mrs. Guevara's Story Corner. I also wanted to give some love to Lillian and then Amelia from my class, who asked such a good question because she got our e-learning packet and had a couple of questions about it. Some of them, the graphic organizers that came along, weren't super detailed. They weren't just easy to fill in by a kindergartner all alone. So Amelia wanted to know, what's this first page about main ideas and 3 details, and then the graphic organizers behind it, I can retell a story. 1, 2, 3 retells. The retelling the story are for your fiction stories. Yesterday we read The Giving Tree, and we could fill in a retell about a fiction story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you read a fiction book today?
I started a fiction book for my class.
Which one is it called?
It's called Hatchet.
Oh, that's pretty
kind
famous.
of an older read,
But that's
good.
one's also fiction. On the front is a graphic organizer for a nonfiction book. And so maybe at least once a week in these 2 weeks to pick a nonfiction book and try and think, what's the main idea? What's the point of that nonfiction book? And then what would be 3 supporting details that we would learn from it? So today I'm going to do an example of that using this book, Glow. And this, you thought this one kind of looked maybe a little bit scary for kindergartners, but it's a story, and it's actually not a story. It's a nonfiction informational book. And as we look through it, it's written and illustrated. Illustrated meaning, does it look like somebody drew these pictures?
Yes.
Do you think you drew it? Or do you think...
It doesn't look like a picture. I mean, I guess kind of.
What do you think where do you think these pictures came from?
Probably like taking pictures.
Yes, like photography, right? So the photographer, W.H. Beck, is also the writer. And he wrote this story called Glow. And a subtitle is Animals with Their Own Night Lights. So cool. And when we open it up and we're starting to think, what might be the main idea of this book? Let's get started reading. You can help me with some of the details on the pages, okay? So it's called bioluminescence. Look at that big word. Can you say it?
Bioluminescence.
Yes, and even trickier to spell is when living things make their own light, they glow. Okay, do you want to read the one that people might know?
You might know some animals that glow.
What's this one?
But others might be new to you.
Read that one that you might know.
Oh, this one. Oh,
yes.
Sorry. You might recognize fireflies, which aren't flies at all, but a type of beetle. Scientists think that their lights may warn predators such as bats that they aren't a good meal.
Some glow in the air. Fireflies blink and flash to talk to other fireflies. They find their mate using their light too.
Ooh.
But more than anywhere else on our planet, animals glow in
The ocean.
That's because sunlight can't reach very far under the waves. It's dark, so the animals make their own light. They glow. Are you wondering how animals glow? They have special chemicals called luciferin and luciferase on their bodies. These chemicals mix with oxygen and make light. Why do they glow? Well, they glow to hunt. The scaly dragonfish lures its prey with a light near its mouth. When a fish comes by to check it out, the dragonfish opens its jaws and scoops it in. You can see he just ate one.
It's kind of a scary picture.
They also glow to hide. Many ocean creatures, such as the jewel squid, use their counter illumination. They can adjust their light so their undersides match the sunlight above the water. They glow to find a friend. Not only is it dark deep in the ocean, but there's a lot of room. Lanternfish find other lanternfish with lights on their sides. Bioluminescence is the most widely used form of communication on the planet. Wow. How about this page you read?
They glow to lose an enemy. A a brittle star can drop an arm when it is in danger. Its enemy will follow the glowing arm, which allows the rest of the star to get away. Oh, that's interesting.
They can drop a star.
Yeah. They glow to trick. Small fish follow the light on the tip of the gulper eel's tail, thinking it's a piece of food. Then they get close, then gulp. The gulper's hinged pelican-like mouth allows to swallow animals even bigger than it is.
Wow, they can eat something even bigger than they are. Okay, we're learning a lot here. They glow to invite. Glowworms, like those in the cave in New Zealand, are actually firefly larvae. Their light draws insects into the cave. Then the glowworms snag them with sticky silk threads hung from the ceilings. Woo. They glow to call for help. Atala jellyfish act as a burglar alarm. They light up when attacked in the hope that a larger animal will come eat the predator. And they glow to fight back. They look like they actually are big. And they can have a big effect. Sometimes bioluminescence dinoflagellates gather together and then get trapped in ocean bays, making the shoreline light up at night with each wave. Look how that whole thing is lit up, and those are all just those tiny little, these little dinoflagellates, which we look at this on that page.
Oh, wow.
I know, big effect. At the end it says, some living things make their own light. They glow. It's called
bioluminescence.
And now you know. A cool fun fact page is on the back. That's what sometimes they have tiny little captions with little photos here that might be inside of a nonfiction book. If you want to find this book, you can probably find it even online. It's called Glow by W.H. Beck. You'll hear more and more details, and there are probably more places to find out about animals that glow. But what I did today is just what Amelia was wondering about. Let's say you found a nonfiction book. Then if you wanted to take it and put it inside of this graphic organizer, it at first asks for your name. That's easy. Tickles helped us figure this one out. And what was the main idea of that book, Adele? Can you read it?
That some animals can glow or light up. It's called bioluminescence.
Okay, and then to find 3 details. It doesn't matter where we found them. I tried to put some details in from 3 different parts, the beginning, the middle, and the end. Want to help us read those? What was the first one I found?
Fireflies aren't actually flies. They're beetles, and their lights warn predators.
Ooh, sometimes they're warning and sometimes they're finding friends. Yeah. What about the second detail?
Anglerfish use their light like a bait in a trap. And lanternfish use their lights to find friends, other lanternfish.
Yeah, so those weren't things that I made up. They were ones that I found inside of the text. And it's fine if I just copy them straight into my graphic organizer because they're things that I learned. And now I know something new. I could teach somebody about some animals or fish and creatures that light up. But don't you think next time we should probably read a Piggy and Gerald book?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. How about next time you come back as my special helper? We will.
Yeah.
One last push. Can you grab that box for me?
Yes.
One last push is that it's really great for when you have someone read to you a harder book, but I also would love to know that you're reading books on your level. And these little box sets from Scholastic, this is a level D, which a lot of you are perfect because they're science readers. So they're nonfiction. You can find these on Scholastic, and they can help you grow. D is, of course, the level we hope to be or beyond by the end of kindergarten. And it's so great when you know how to read nonfiction books because you learn something new and you grow as a learner and a reader. I'd love to hear what you were working on today. Feel free to email me or leave a comment. And in the meantime, have a great afternoon. You guys are awesome. I miss you and think of you all the time. Thanks, Adele.
Bye.